face around here today. What can addition of Saleh, whatever capacity it is, mean to help an offense to be able to see a defense in a different light?
Yeah, just adding another great coach to a great staff that we already had. Obviously, they're super close and they know each other well. So I'm sure it'll be good just to have him in the building, and I'm sure he's going to help us any way that he can. And it's just good to have him be a part of the team now.
Do you know Robert at all in New York?
I didn't. No, I didn't know him. I think we had a joint practice against the Jets, so I got to kind of talk to him before, but we never had any relationship or anything like that. So no.
As somebody who escaped New York to get to Green Bay and have a different, kind of a second start or a second wind, I guess, what would be your thought process on that? Coming here, him slowing down, whatever his, like I said, whatever capacity he has for building his future, and kind of here in Green Bay.
I don't. I guess that's something that you had to ask him. I don't really know, but it's going to be different though for sure. From obviously making that transition from New Jersey, New York to here in Green Bay. It's a lot different, but I'm sure he understands that, and it's not going to be much of a challenge, I don't think, for him. And it's great here, so you get a chance for him to just get back to locking in and doing what he always has done. So yeah.
What have you seen from the Jags offense on tape so far?
They got a lot of explosive guys. Obviously, I think their record doesn't really say it all for them. They got a lot of talent on that offensive side, and really as a team. We talked about it this morning. I think it was three games or 4 games where the games have been lost within a matter of 7 points or something like that. So they could easily be on the positive side of things. Obviously, sometimes things shake out, and you don't the games that you were supposed to win, you don't win. So I think that's kind of the story of their team. They got a really good team where the games that they've lost have been within a very small margin. So they could really be a positive team, but they're not. And it's going to be a challenge for us. We know they have a good team. So yeah.
You had a jet lag trip. You went to Brazil. It's a long flight. How do you feel about a team who's been 2 weeks?
Yeah. I was thinking about that earlier. It's going to be a challenge for them. Being in London the last 2 weeks, obviously the time difference. So it's going to be a challenge kind of getting back to the normal, rhythm of things. But, they're professionals just how we are. So we know that, it's going to be a challenge, but I'm sure they're kind of, doing the right things to be able to get back kind of on track of being back in the States.
There's been a couple games this year where the stadiums have been filled up with Packers road fans. Just that juice and that energy, is it different, or just kind of when you look around, you're like, this is a road game, but I'm sure Nashville, it was 50%, 50%. Is that something that takes getting used to, or something that you've enjoyed while you've been here?
No, I've definitely enjoyed it. We definitely travel well, and I've noticed it. And obviously, that's a big advantage for our team is, when we go on these road games, knowing that our fans are going to be there. And, a lot of the times, you're going to hear them, and they're going to be very loud. So that helps us in a lot of different ways. And that's definitely something that I've noticed since being here.
The defense has really been able to hold other teams out of the end zone or just not be able to score much in the second half of games. Why do you think that is? Is it the mentality that's being spoken to at halftime? Is it just knowing that you got to shut it down in the second half? Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I think we're getting the right adjustments at halftime, and knowing that, okay, if we didn't have the first half that we wanted to have, let's finish the game the right way. And I think a lot of our guys, we have that, that mentality of, making sure that we play 60 minutes throughout the game and finishing the game the right way and the way that we want it to be, seen. So that when we go in there and watch tape, we can at least be like, okay, we put out some good tape in there the second half, especially if we didn't do it the first half. So I think it's just a mentality thing that we like to carry, throughout this season and throughout all these games. Yep.
What has the addition of Brian Thomas Jr. done for that offense?
A lot. He gives them. It's a vertical threat for them, obviously. He's a guy that has great hands and he's got good speed. So I think it helps their offense a lot. And he's another playmaker that's added to what they already have. So like I said, man, they got a talented offense, man, and they got some really good guys. It's just been that small. Sometimes it just happens. I've been in New York where, there were games where, it came down to 3 points or 7 points, and sometimes you just don't win those games. And but it doesn't tell all the whole story. So we definitely understand that. We know that they're capable of winning these games. They just haven't, and sometimes that's just how things shake out. But we do know that they have a very talented team, and we got to make sure that we're on our P's and Q's so we can kind of go out there and execute and win the game.